thanks for tuning in, and thanks for taking the time to learn this stuff. A brief overview for you. We started in tutorial 1. We made a basic pirate, which is the simplest one to make because it's got the least recordings you have to do. We showed you how to set up all the properties and how to make recordings, how to edit them and change them, and you ended up with a nice basic pirate that I called Phlegm Flossie. And then in tutorial 2, we did some testing of Flossie. We added some recordings, changed a little bit, and I then assigned Flossie to one of my phone lines so that she could answer scammers and talk to them for me. There's another tutorial related to that we pointed out, and you saw me use. Go to the website. That other tutorial called How to Pick Pirates shows you how, when you're logged into the website, that you can go to the pirates page and you can make a crew by picking a bunch of robots that will be randomly chosen from to answer calls for you. Or you can pick individual robots, and whether it's a crew or it's an individual, you can see the robots that you've created and also the ones that have been created by other users, by the community. Okay, so that's a helpful tutorial. And everybody, that tutorial is out there for the community in general so that they can learn how to use the great new pirates that you're making. So speaking of sharing with the community, today's tutorial, we're going to take Phlegm Flossie and we're going to make her public. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that, how to share her with the world. So before I launch into that, though, let me just talk briefly about why you might want to do that. We at Jolly Roger Telephone Company really appreciate you making a pirate or robot, because the more of these that are out there, the more of an impact we are going to have on the bad players out there in the telemarketing industry. By having more and more pirates and more robots out there, it's just that much harder for them to recognize the voices, to recognize the phrases. So they're never sure if they're talking to a real person or not, and that's just going to make it more disruptive for them. Also, it's fun. We like hearing all these other pirates out there, and our community likes hearing the creative things that you guys come up with. So please keep on making and sharing pirates with the world.
Okay, so here's where we left off from our tutorial number 2, teaching us how to publish for our own use. I've got Phlegm Flossie is published for my own use, and in order to publish Phlegm Flossie for the community at large, I'm going to go into, going to edit the properties associated with this pirate. And to do that, there's a pencil in the upper right of the little card. And I'm going to go to that pencil, and that opens up the properties, and then I can see the properties. Now, before we publish, I should just mention that what happens when you publish for the public is that obviously a lot of people are going to look at this. So you may want to have a chance to, this is your kind of last chance to do some editing before everyone sees it. So it's a good idea to think about if you got the name that you want. And then also the description is kind of an important field, because you may want to mention a couple things that your pirate is doing, and that may attract people to using it. You may want to tell it if it uses a lot of vulgar language. You may want to say that, tried to make this a funny, angry person, or I've tried to make this a happy, drunk person, or anything like that that might help others to decide if they're interested in using your pirate. And when you're all done and you're ready to go, you may also want to pick a picture, different picture, finalize that, or upload pictures. We're looking forward to getting some funny pictures assigned to pirates by people. We've already got a lot of really funny pet pictures for some scary pirate names. So get that all straight. And then when you're done, notice it says publish online. So I'm going to click on make public is what I want to do. Okay. So once I do that, I say finish pirate, and everything looked good. I get a confirmation again. Remember that creator you saw in the earlier tutorials, that Drooling Beulah is your creator name. You can change that on the website by going to settings. And you can also put in a link for this pirate so that it goes back to your social media like Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, if you want to brag a little bit and tell the world about your other creative pursuits. So we've got all that in there, and we're about to do some sharing. So let's say it says this part is not yet ready to be shared, but here we go. I say continue, and you're going to get a release like a lot of other user agreements. It's got lots of stuff in it. Please feel free to read it and study it, but basically you're agreeing that you're going to allow us to use your pirate, you're going to allow other people to use your pirate through our website. And I'm going to say I agree. And it's telling me now if I want to learn how to use Flemfossi, I can go to the how to use, which is the help information, or I can just go and return to my pirate. So let me do that. And now what you see is it says that Flemfossi has been submitted for public use. So the pirate is not available yet for the public. Okay, what's going to happen now is it's coming back to our Jolly Roger team of crew, our crewmen, and they're down there drinking grog and going through their pirate booty. And along the way, they're going to take a look at what you've produced and just make sure that it's going to work properly. We may have to flag it if there's some vulgar language just to warn people, some other little basic checks like that. And then you'll get a notification when that pirate has gone public. So I'll show you that in a second.
We are trying to review submissions within 48 hours. So we hope it'll take 2 days or less to get you an answer back. If there's any kind of issue with the pirate, we'll explain it in the email and we'll ask you to resubmit. But if the pirate is ready, you'll get a Howdy Pirate email, as you see here. And at that point, you'll be able to see that it's been published both in the Maker app and on the website. And of course, on the website, on the Pirates page, that's where the public is going to find your new pirate. So let's take a look at Maker, see what it looks like in there now, and then we'll take a look at the website.
So when I come back into the Maker app, what I now see is that my pirate, which has been accepted for public use, I now see that underneath the name Flemfossi, it says published for public use. And also, if I open up the pirate in Maker, I can see there's some instructions there. You can see it says pirate is public, and it gives you some instructions and about changes, making future changes to your pirate. Remember, you have a public now. Your public is using your pirate. So changing it is a little different than just changing it when you're the only one using it. So I'll come back to that in a minute. But for now, let's take a look at how the other users in the community can now see your pirate on the My Pirates page on the website.
Not going to look anything different. The fact that Flemfossi is public doesn't really look any different to us here. But I just want to point out one thing, which is that the settings on here. Remember, I'm the creator. This account, JollySTC, is the creator, but the world knows me as Drooling Beulah, as the maker of Flemfossi the pirate. And then I put in my social media link, which is the Jolly Roger Telephone Company social media link. So what you'll see is this is how the rest of the world is going to find the pirates that I produce. And this is how I can show them other things about my work. Okay, so let's take a look at what this is like from all the other users in the community when they go and look at the Pirates page. I heard about this Drooling Beulah. There's a whole long list of pirates that are down here, but before I start trying to do a big scroll, let me just put Drooling in here and see if I can find that creator. And sure enough, I found one pirate by Drooling Beulah, and I want to know a little bit about Drooling Beulah. I can click and look at that. I can go to the social media website that they have associated with it and find out information about that creator, because I am a big fan. Okay, so, and here's where users would then either pick Flemfossi to answer all their calls or make Flemfossi a member of their crew and then randomly put them into the rotation for robots that are answering calls for them.
Okay, so I'll just come back to the My Pirates page and we can see there's Flemfossi published for public use. Well, it took us 3 tutorials to get there, but we did manage to build a basic pirate and publish her for use by the public. Jolly Roger Telephone Company will send out notifications to the user base to let them know there's a new pirate available. We recommend that after you publish a pirate for public use that you should post something on the link that you have for the web for your social media site. Tell other people about it. Get people interested in it. When they use it, they can rate it, and we hope that it'll become popular and help with fighting scammers. Okay, so up next, the 4th and final video tutorial in this series tells you how to really make a more sophisticated version of Flossie with lots of different recordings for different situations and how to make new versions. So after you've got a pirate out there, people like it, they're using it, and you want to upgrade it and add things to it and make it better, you're going to have new versions of it. So watch the next tutorial for those details. And thank you very, very much for going through this. Once again, this is Jolly Steve saying, "Arr, mateys."